Came strapped with a Dr. Pepper, huh?
Yes, today I did. I need a little bit more energy. Ooh. Is the mic still working? Okay. We're good on that.
You're a little bunched up there, too.
Oh, you're right.
What flavor is it, or is it zero sugar?
Zero sugar cherry today.
Ooh.
So, yes. It's very nice.
Oh, yeah. What's been going on in the world of Caleb recently, then?
Well, just looking at some nerd stuff. Not much is happening, so we're going to do a little less news on my topics today.
Nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Yeah.
I haven't been uber news heavy myself either. It's kind of just whatever I think sounds fun and cool.
We're ready for this? I think both our mics picked that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed as soon as we hit record last week that I forgot my Play Like a Champion Today sign. Mm-hmm. So the sign is back.
Yeah. You also left your little fighting Irish guy here all week. I was playing video games one day and I was like, what the hell is that? I saw it on my webcam.
As soon as I walked out your door, I'm like, I'll be back next week.
You have to fight too hard to get it.
Yeah. It's not that big of a deal.
How was your week? And weekend?
It was pretty good. The week oh my God, the week was long.
Yeah.
It's slow time of year at my job currently. And so I was very ready for Friday at 5:00.
Yeah.
And a good weekend was good. It was fun.
I surprisingly also got off at around 5:00 on Friday. Yeah.
Which is not normal for you.
No, not at all. But hopefully there'll be some changes here soon.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Coming up soon.
Yes.
Right. Well, I suppose we've rambled long enough.
Yes, I would agree. Hi, welcome. If you didn't know, you were listening to Balls and Blasters. Austin, what is Balls and Blasters?
What is Balls and Blasters? Well, Balls and Blasters is a show where I, myself, Austin, try to teach my good friend Caleb here about anything sports related. It could be newsworthy. It could just be something I find cool and fun, but I try to just bring him into the world of sports and expand that knowledge into anybody else who's listening who may not be uber knowledgeable on anything sports related. Which means, Caleb, what would you do in this particular podcast?
Well, I listen to Austin talk about sports. I know a little bit, surface level of sports, but I'm basically here to be the foil for people who are maybe on my side of the podcast, which I talk about nerd stuff and try to teach Austin about nerd stuffs. Today, we talked a lot about superheroes lately. Now we're going to get into something else besides superheroes.
And I've been really heavy on the baseball, so I decided to switch it up. For the most part, I have a baseball aside to begin, but I promise we'll talk about something else today. The name of the podcast, Balls and Blasters. I am the balls. He is the blasters. Alliteration. It's great. It's awesome.
B&B.
B&B. And I think with that being said, I feel like we've probably talked long enough about this point. I feel like we can maybe hit some rock, paper, scissors and get right into this.
I would love to. What's the current score?
Score, I am leading 2-1.
Okay. So I could tie it up right now here. Yeah.
If this is anybody's first episode, we always play rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
And I always ask, on shoot, right?
It is on shoot. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I am losing now.
The balls have taken a commanding 3-1 lead.
Can I just say, we saw each other Saturday. It was really funny how we were like, everybody's like, balls, blasters.
Yes, that was very fun. It's nice to know that we have some loyal listeners through the first few episodes.
I really appreciate that. We both do.
Maybe one day we'll actually record Sunday night and release Monday.
Dude, I'm kind of liking this Monday schedule because then I can kind of relax on my Sundays.
I don't mind it either because it's happened the last 2 Sundays where it's been like noon and I'm like, do I want to do anything important today? I'm like, I should text Caleb.
Yeah, no, and then I'm just like, not really. Like this is Yeah, I'm so much more productive on Mondays too, though. Like Sundays are like a truly like a rest day,
Right.
you know.
And Mondays suck, but you're just like, all right, gotta work, so let's do it.
You know, I think moving forward, if I'd prefer to release on Tuesdays, you know.
So plan for Monday recording.
Yes,
Tuesday
I would
morning.
say it'll be a good treat if things get released on a Monday morning for you guys.
That would be probably a rarity at this point because this will be the third of four that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be in town for the next 2 weekends, so
Right, Monday might be better.
yeah. So yeah, I would say if you guys get the podcast on a Monday morning, that's not going to be the regular. It's never going to come out past Tuesday morning though. We're always going to record at least Monday night. So,
Right.
Yeah, plan if it comes out earlier, yay for you guys. Otherwise, plan on a Tuesday morning release.
It makes me look forward to something on Mondays anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. I suppose we can hop into some sports talk, some ball talk.
Not baseball this time, or is it baseball this time?
Well, I couldn't help myself. I had to have a little bit of baseball. In the previous episode, I talked the whole time about the recent MLB Hall of Fame class. And there was one guy, my favorite one to talk about, Dave Parker, Pittsburgh Pirates legend. He has the nickname Cobra.
Yes.
And I had mentioned in the previous pod that I forgot to look up how he even got that nickname. And so I would like to start by explaining that. And it's going to be very quick. It's not very complex. But it's very fitting for the man himself. So if you remember our conversation about Mr. Dave Parker, he's kind of a controversial figure. He's his own character, beats to his own drum.
Yes, he loved the white stuff.
Yes. He had an affinity for it. That is true.
It was the 80s.
It was the 80s. So, why was Dave Parker nicknamed the Cobra? So, to start, Dave Parker, in his playing days, was 6'5", and between 220, 230 pounds. So, he's a unit.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's massive. And this is king cobras specifically. There's many types of cobras, but king cobras are very large, very long, and very venomous. I think they're one of the more feared snakes. This is very quick research. So it's an intimidating snake. It's an intimidating reptile. And Parker was seen as an intimidating figure, whether he was manning right field or whether he was up at the plate, because he was very good defensively, had a cannon of an arm, but could also hit the ball to the ballpark. Who gave him this nickname? I believe it was the team trainer. That's what my research included. Surprisingly, not that many articles about how he got his nickname for as popular a player as he was. The team trainer by the name of Tony, I believe it's pronounced Barterome. I probably butchered the hell out of that one. Anyways, one of their team trainers at the time is the one that gave him the nickname when he was much younger. And I think it was due to his stature and intimidating nature. And then Pittsburgh Pirates broadcaster at the time, Bob Prince, had this to help describe and provide more light in the nickname. Bob Prince cited Parker's quick, powerful, and predatory movements in both the outfield and at bat, which probably falls in line with a king cobra. So there you go. Just a simple little aside to kind of tie last week's episode into this one. And I thought it was kind of interesting. And I just love any chance I can say the cobra.
The cobra.
I will certainly take it. All right. That's enough baseball for a while. I figured it would be time to talk about some football, specifically the NFL. I don't think I've touched on the NFL yet.
No, I don't think so. I think we just talked, maybe like briefly when we were talking about the NCAA.
Right. Just maybe some slight contrast there in their playoff formats. And spoiler, our next topic is related to college football's playoff. But we could start with the NFL. So there's, it's NFL training camp season. There's always a million things going on. Most of it is non-stories. It doesn't matter. But it's, and if as much as, someone like myself would like to say baseball is America's pastime, the NFL is truly America's sport. So
Yeah.
anything and everything is up for news this time of year.
Well, I would say too, probably like American football is probably like the only like truly American sport.
I would agree with that.
Because like Japan gets played, or sorry, baseball gets played in Japan and stuff too, and like we don't really play soccer that much. Basketball's played all over.
Did you know that Japan has college football?
No way, actually.
Yeah. For all the sickos out there.
That's gotta be so fun to watch. Oh my god.
I've only seen clips on social media, and maybe I can dive into it more. But yeah, Japan college football, that's a real thing.
I think we should watch it one time.
We could probably find something about it. So there's a few different stories I could choose to pick from the NFL training camp thus far. But these two are kind of related in a sense, and they're quite interesting in my personal opinion. So I'm going to talk about them. Number one, recently, there is a man by the name of Micah Parsons. Are you familiar with this name?
No.
That is A-okay. Micah Parsons is, I would call him an edge rusher for the Dallas Cowboys.
What position does he play?
So that's kind of, edge rusher is like a catch-all term.
Okay.
Because you are familiar with football, like you had mentioned earlier. You played growing up.
Yes.
And I believe when you played, you were a defensive end, correct?
I was a defensive end.
So Micah Parsons,
I was picked for my speed, not my size.
it was a hard knock life in high school.
Yeah.
Parsons, he can line up with his hand in the dirt like a defensive end. Sometimes he'll line up on the end but on his feet, or sometimes he'll be lined up off the ball but still on the outside of the defensive formation like an outside linebacker. So the edge rusher is kind of used as a catch-all term because that's his entire job on the football field. I'm gonna, as soon as the ball is snapped, I'm gonna go run after the quarterback and try and get him on the ground. He is one of the best edge rushers, maybe the best edge rusher in the NFL right now.
Was J.J. Watt an edge rusher?
Yes, he was more of a classic defensive end. And
that's who I'd watch the highlights of to get hyped, was J.J. Watt.
Was he your favorite?
Oh yeah, he's like besides like everybody like Patrick Mahomes, like Tom Brady and stuff, he's like the only other like football. He's probably the only defensive player I know, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. J.J. Watt's brother will come up in a little bit here. Not as the main topic.
TJ?
Yes. Correct. See, that's two defensive players you know.
Well, that's literally the only reason.
So Micah Parsons, he's elite. He's one of the best. He's unbelievable. But he recently requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. And this probably comes as a little bit of a surprise. Maybe if you pay attention to the NFL all the time, you could read the tea leaves over the last couple seasons. But Micah Parsons, this is, I think this was in the middle of the week last week. He released a long statement on Twitter. And so kind of the highlights of that statement are, he starts off by saying how excited he was to become a Dallas Cowboy when he was drafted by them. And he wants to finish his career as a Dallas Cowboy. But contract talks have been really, really tough over the last couple of years. Basically, what's happening is over the last couple off seasons, this one and the one previous, Micah Parsons has told his agent, hey, do you want to reach out to Cowboys ownership and management? I want to talk a contract extension. He signed a 4-year rookie deal, and this would be his last year of the rookie deal. So he needs a contract. Or, after this season, he needs a contract. The reason why the player and the agent prefer to negotiate in the offseason is because you finally have a full season to back up, like your full season of numbers and stats to back up why you're asking what you're asking for.
Kind of like, here's like the proof that that I'm worth what I am.
Correct. And sometimes most times ownership and management prefer to negotiate early in the season or get a extension done halfway through the year, because then they don't have to pony up for whatever stats you put up the rest of the season. That's a known thing amongst most sports, so like that's generally not a huge deal. The problem is Cowboys management and ownership was trying to negotiate with Micah Parsons and only Micah Parsons, because some organizations may view their players as dumb, not smart, not involved or knowledgeable.
Like, get back on the field, like ball boy or whatever.
Pretty much. And so there was an off-season conversation between Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. And according to Parsons, Jones had called the meeting to talk to Micah Parsons about his leadership role. And so essentially in sports, when you're really, really good, you're expected to be a leader, whether it's by example. Coaching staffs would probably prefer you to be vocal if you're able to do that. And so Micah Parsons, he's coming off his rookie contract. You need to be not just the statistical leader of our defense, but like the emotional and talkative leader of our defense. That's what Parsons thought the conversation was supposed to be with the owner of the team, but it turned into Jerry Jones like talking numbers and years and like, hey, here's what we're going to offer you. Here's the kind of contract you're going to sign to be with us for the next 6, 7, 8, 10 years, however long it was going to be. And this really was a turnoff for Micah Parsons. He's like, hey man, I appreciate that you want me around for a long time, but like I have an agent for a reason. You know, like he's the one you need to be talking to. And basically the Cowboys, again, this is all according to Micah Parsons, but I choose to believe him. I'm very much of the ilk of, for the most part, always be on the player's side. Don't ever be on owner's side, because the owner, if the players are making a crap ton of money, the owners are making 10, 15 times that.
Yeah, the 1%
Right.
corporate greed. So this is all you'd say allegedly.
It's alleged, but I don't think Micah Parsons would say this or come out with a statement of this if it wasn't happening. So, and there was some select narratives coming out about Micah Parsons. He's been injured a couple times over the first few years of his career. Injuries that not necessarily like derailed the Cowboys defense, but like, I mean, you lose your best player and maybe the Cowboys were like, oh, he's not trying his hardest to come back, yada, yada, yada. But if you're the player, you're probably thinking like, I want to make sure I'm 100% healthy. This is football. Like, it's a difficult sport to play, you know? So there's just a massive disconnect between player and management / ownership.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna guess like if you're in management too, like when's the last time you got on the field, like if ever, you know?
Right. And a part of this is like management and ownership have their own calculations for what should go into a player contract, and the agent and the player have their own calculations.
Yeah. Can I just say, this is for the nerd people out there, this is like when a game developer or like a director wants to take the project in a direction, but like here I'll give you an example, like with Spider-Man 3, where Sam Raimi didn't want to include Venom into the movie. He wanted Sandman to be the main villain, but the corporate overlords made him include Venom into the movie. So he couldn't make the exact movie he wanted to, because they like were kind of overreaching and not letting him do that.
Right. Just the man with more money telling the other guy with less money what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Even though that might not be the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say that's a relatively fair comparison. I like that comparison. Wrap up Micah Parsons here. So another important aspect of this is edge rusher is one of the more highly sought after positions in the league. Most, I would say all teams in the league view the edge rusher as like, we need to be elite at this position if we want to have a good defense and B, compete for titles.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys get paid a lot of money. And a couple of Micah Parsons contemporaries have made a lot of money recently. And so this is why, Parsons wants his agent to do the talking, because his agent is like, hey, you need to wait until the off season, until you've backed up everything we've been saying, and let's let all these other guys who we believe are not as good as you get paid. Let them get a huge paycheck, and then we'll go back to the Cowboys and we'll say, see how elite these guys are? My client is better. Here's the number we want. So that's kind of the agent player side of that.
Okay, so kind of like, hey, you see how sought after these guys are. Well, I'm even better than them.
Right.
And so you should pay me even more money.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, a pretty standard practice across most sports on how, negotiating tactics will work. I have a theory about how this whole situation is going to wrap up. So in Parsons' statement that he released on Twitter, it seemed very much like he was just done with Dallas. He's over Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones, is like, I think, is he the president or something like that of the Cowboys? He's just kind of over the family, over the franchise, that he doesn't believe they're treating him well. He's like, you're trading me or, I'm not playing, essentially. Like, he hasn't practiced yet. I think he's still showing up to training camp, because if you don't do that, you get fined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't the NFL just be throwing out fines like crazy?
Some very, very dumb ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So what I think is going to happen, and, maybe I have the wrong read and maybe it's too far gone, but what I really believe is going to happen is on the 11th hour, like the week before the first game of the season, Jerry Jones is going to swoop in on the Batcopter and throw just the most lucrative contract you've ever seen in Micah Parsons' face and says, okay, fine, here you go. And then, if Parsons is, if it's what he wants, you probably a decent chance he'll sign it. Like I said, maybe it is too far gone. But I think that's what's going to happen, because Jerry Jones is known to have one of the biggest egos in like the history of the league.
Oh, really?
He needs to be the good guy, the savior. He's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, the mighty Cowboys. He just needs to stroke his own ego. And I think this happened in a previous offseason with their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Oh, I know Dak Prescott.
Yes. Very, amongst NFL fans, some will tell you he's a good quarterback. Some think he's overrated. Jerry Jones paid him a lot of money on the 11th hour to be a Dallas Cowboy. So I feel like there's some parallels here. But again, that's just my opinion on how I think it's all going to turn out.
Do you think he is more likely to take that deal, or just say, no, I'm done with Dallas?
So I think it is going to depend on I do believe Parsons, and that like the average annual salary isn't the biggest deal in the world. It's going to be a big number.
Yeah.
I think he cares more about the years on the contract and how much guaranteed money comes with the contract. That will come up in my very next topic.
Okay.
Because guaranteed money is a big deal in the NFL right now. If it's got the years and it's got the guaranteed money, you'd almost be a fool not to. Like, you're just getting paid a crap ton of money to play football, And
that's what probably most of them just want to do anyways, or like love to do. Like, they have their dream job.
Right. And I tell you what, though, if Parsons is serious and it's like trade or nothing else, man, like the Cowboys are going to get a big return. Like several first-round draft picks, probably other players to come with. So, like, he's that important to the Cowboys and just to the NFL in general.
Okay.
So, yeah. that was kind of a shock. That came out of nowhere. Did you have any questions about that?
No, I think you answered all the questions I had.
Cool. So we're going to parlay that conversation into a different conversation about another edge rusher in the NFL by the name of Trey Hendrickson. He plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. This is an interesting one in a much different way because he's also wanting a contract. And the Bengals want to give him a contract.
So where does this lead to? It sounds like a win-win.
It sounds like a win-win. However, I had mentioned guaranteed money.
Oh.
So guaranteed money is such a big thing to these NFL players.
I was a little confused about that because I was like, what does guaranteed money actually mean? Because I thought in the money in the contract you just got.
So in a pretty standard sports contract, you have your base salary. Here's what we're gonna pay you for this season, and you get X amount of paychecks throughout the season. I believe you only get paid during the season. You don't get paid in the
like
off season.
Teacher.
Correct. And then you have performance bonuses if you reach a stat or a threshold of some sort.
Like however many touchdowns or something like that.
Touchdowns, pass completion percentage, games played, snaps played. It could literally be anything. It depends on how far in the weeds you want to go. And the analytics that you are naturally good at are going to be the ones you want to have performance bonuses for. Guaranteed money. Let me use baseball as an example. Of course, Austin's going to use baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball contracts are fully guaranteed. If you sign on the dotted line, you will get every penny from that contract, barring you murder somebody,
or you gamble,
or anything's possible. So yeah, MLB contracts fully guaranteed. You get every penny as soon as you sign your name on the dotted line. So what'll happen is either you play out the life of that contract, and that's it, it's done, or if you retire early, or a team buys you out, or what a lot of teams have started doing. Well, they've been doing it for a while, but it just came to light recently. It's they'll defer money for future years. And the reason they defer money is because it's fully guaranteed. They're on the hook for that money. And
so let's say you sign a 3-year contract in your first year, you break your leg so bad you can never play again, you still get that money?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And so that's
nice.
Right, exactly. And it's a huge advantage for baseball players, and that's what more and more NFL players are starting to negotiate for is I want guaranteed money. Even rookies who get drafted,
well, that makes sense too, because you can't really control when you get injured.
No, and football is a far more physical sport than baseball. All it takes is one bad roll up, and your season, maybe your career is over. So it's nice,
CTE.
It's if I'm getting a $60 million contract and I can get 30 to 40 million of that guaranteed. I'm not getting the 60 million, but I'm still getting half of it at least. So recently, a lot of teams are willing to guarantee the first 2 or 3 years of a contract. They sign a 5-year deal. We'll guarantee you the first 2, maybe the first 3. You get that money, no questions asked. But then the rest of it is you got to perform. You got to play for us and earn it. The Cincinnati Bengals do not like to do that. They only want to guarantee 1 year at the maximum, unless it's a very rare scenario. I'd have to look up Joe Burrow's contract. He's the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's the quarterback. That's the most important position in the sport. He probably got some, there's some advantages there when you're the face of the franchise. So that's basically the holdup. Trey Hendrickson, the edge rusher for the Bengals, he wants this 2 to 3 years of guaranteed money. The Bengals don't want to give it to him. This is a big deal because Trey Hendrickson is in the same breath as a TJ Watt or as a Micah Parsons, he's seen as an elite edge rusher, and he believes he deserves what those guys are getting.
Well, and like that position too seems like the exact position, like kind of like a quarterback, where like if it's a really important, it's literally the anti-quarterback position.
I would say that is a very fair comparison to make. It would be like the edge rusher, or maybe if you just have like an elite cornerback, you know, one of those two. Basic in football recently, like it's like the outside guys, like the linebacker, the defensive tackle, the running back, the tight end aren't really seen as valuable as maybe they once were thought to be, which is unfortunate. Offensive linemen fall into the same boat, but offensive linemen have always been disrespected.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because, like, if you have a really good offensive line, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly. It's very, very important. And so, like, right now, like, the quarterback is the quarterback, but, like, on offense, like, the stud receivers are getting hella money. You know, on defense, it's the cornerbacks and the edge rushers. These really freaky athletic players, essentially. So I had mentioned that Micah Parsons was showing up to training camp because he didn't want to get fined. Hendrickson wasn't doing that.
Oh.
He was like, guys, give me my damn money. You just give me my money and I'll show up. Eventually, he caved in because it's like they'll fine you for every practice you miss. Like, unless you're on like paternity leave or like you have an excused absence.
I have a question about fines.
Yes.
What happens if you don't pay them?
I would have to imagine there's some sort of legal ramifications there, potentially suspending a player.
Because it's not like a law. You know, it's not like a police gives you a fine, or a police officer gives you a fine for like speeding. It's like,
right.
It's like, hey, you didn't show up, fine. You celebrated too much, fine.
I don't have the perfect answer for you, but I'm going to assume like if this dude's just racking up fines week after week and he doesn't pay them, I would guess the team and or the league. The league would want the team to take action first, but the league will step in if they need to. I would imagine that player gets suspended, and they're just not allowed to play. And if you get suspended, you forfeit that game check.
Oh.
So
that's stupid. I'm sorry to say. I think that's kind of stupid. I think fines in a sport like that is kind of stupid.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are absolutely necessary and needed to help police the game. Some of them are dumb. Like I'm sure you've seen like players getting fined for celebrating too much.
No, that's what I was saying. Like that Key and Peele skit. Like he's doing the
hip thrust.
Yeah, the hip thrust. And the thing, he's like watching him on his groin area. And it moves a slight bit. And he goes,
oh, come on. Yes, very, very dumb. All right, let's wrap up Mr. Trey Hendrickson here. I had mentioned he thinks he's amongst the elite of the elite, and he is, because TJ Watt recently just got paid a huge payday, and some important stats for edge rushers are like your pressure rate and your win rate. So your pressure rate, how often are you putting pressure on the quarterback? Your win rate, how often are you beating the guy tasked with blocking you? That's in front of you. TJ Watt doesn't rank super well on those categories. It's just that when he does win, he makes the play.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of like quality over quantity, essentially.
Right. Whereas Trey Hendrickson marks out much better on those specific metrics over the last, I think over the last year. Yeah. I think the stat was like a minimum 300 snaps played. I think TJ Watt was like out of 93 DNs, like in the 50s, and Trey Hendrickson was top 10.
Okay.
So
he's got better stats, but
right.
TJ Watt has a big payout.
Right. And so like TJ Watt has, like, you know, sacks are the big thing for defensive ends, for edge rushers. TJ Watt has more career sacks. They came in the league together, so very comparable. TJ Watt has more career sacks. He's led the league in sacks 3 of the last 4 years. The one year he didn't, he got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Hendrickson led the league in sacks last year.
I also feel like that position is such an accident or like injury prone position too.
It can be.
Because like you're like not only are you like hitting you're hitting the guy in front of you, but you're hitting him at like full speed like every time.
No. It can be very dangerous. Anybody along the line of scrimmage typically is at a very high injury risk. Just the nature of what they do. And another reason that TJ Watt is 30 years old, Trey Hendrickson is 30 years old. 30 years old is seen as really old in the NFL because I think the average NFL player career is I think it's less than 3 seasons.
That makes sense.
So even if you're a super senior and you don't make the league until you're 23, 24 and you make it to 30, congrats, dude.
Yeah. I feel like quarterback's a little different though for that, right?
A little different, yes. If you take care of your body, you can survive quite a long time. Some of the longest tenured guys are backup quarterbacks that just keep finding jobs somehow, some way. So yeah, I thought those two, similar position guys holding out for contracts, but for different reasons. So I thought that was quite interesting. I believe that wraps up my first topic. It sure does. Well, Mr. Caleb, I think that's enough ball talk for the time being, and I need a drink of water. So
all right, we will take a short break. Okay, I got it. You can go. Oh,
drink of water.
Oh, a drink of water. Oh, I'm still gonna cut that out. I might keep it in.
That's fine.
I might keep it in.
Do whatever you want.
I don't know why. I thought you were gonna go downstairs and get a drink of water. We're gonna keep that in.
I come strapped with water.
Yes, I already finished with that pepper, so I'm gonna be riding thirsty the rest of the podcast.
I would say you drink it quickly, but I've seen you drink them quicker. So
we're not gonna get into that. All right, Austin.
Caleb,
can you tell me how much Star Wars have you consumed in your entire life?
In my entire life,
Yes.
Okay, you're going to have to jog my memory on this. But so I know for sure we've watched the very first movie, right?
Mm-hmm. New Hope, which is right here.
That would be considered the original trilogy, correct?
Yes, you've watched this one.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a different Star Wars movie that I saw in theaters. Fairly confident that was with you. This is I feel like it had to have been
Force Awakens?
Potentially. When did it come out?
Was it animated or no?
No.
That one came out 2016, I think. 2015.
I feel there was definitely one I watched. It was in theaters.
Do you remember who was in it? No.
Not really. I feel like it was back in high school. Anyway, to answer your question, not much. I'm aware of the various spin-offs and whatnot, but outside of a random funny Twitter clip here and there, I don't think I really have much experience.
Well, that's great. Which leads me into my next question. Can you just give me a summary of what Star Wars is about? I want you to give this to me.
A summary of what Star Wars is about. Ooh,
yes.
Boy, oh boy.
Don't think too hard on it.
Don't think too hard.
Just say what comes to your mind.
It takes place in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. It's, I guess in the most basic sense, it feels like a story of good versus evil.
Yes.
in the most basic way to put it. And I'm aware of the plot twist with the I Am Your Father thing.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers, dude, for a 50-year-old movie or something. Yeah, 40-year-old.
But I guess that's if I could just put it in the most basic way, good versus evil, and just traversing the galaxy.
Okay. So, I have some more questions for you.
Yeah.
What is a Jedi?
a Jedi, I think, would be the good in the good versus the evil, correct? As far as what makes them special, they got lightsabers.
Yes, yes, they do.
Do Jedis have blue lightsabers?
They do have blue lightsabers. Yes, they also have green lightsabers.
Okay,
as well.
I was gonna ask, what's the difference?
And then, do you know what what's the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, perfectly. This is perfect. This is perfect. So, a blue lightsaber shows more that you are more of on the warrior side of the Jedi. Like you fight for the defense of good. Whereas a green one shows you have more wisdom and knowledge, so people would come to seek you.
Yoda.
Yes, Yoda. Yoda has green. And then Luke, he's got a blue one right away. And then when he does his training with Yoda, he comes back with a green one.
Interesting. Character development.
Yes, exactly. Some would say one of the greatest character developments of cinema.
Interesting. Okay.
I'd be included in saying that. All right. What is a Sith?
A Sith is the evil bad guy.
Yes. Can you name a Sith?
Is Darth Vader technically a Sith?
Yes,
okay.
Darth Vader is a Sith. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's one. There's another one. Is Darth Maul a
Yeah.
Sith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got the double lightsaber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he got like the red face? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're doing great so far.
Yes.
Okay.
Scoring high.
Do you know what bounty hunter is?
Well, they collect bounties.
Yes.
Is neutral the right term? They're essentially, because they can be hired by anybody.
Yeah.
To complete a contract.
I would say they lean more towards bad in Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Do you know what the Force is?
The Force, not particularly, but it's something that like Darth Vader can wield. Like, I think.
Yes. He can wield it. Do you know anybody else that can wield it?
No, I don't have an answer for that one.
All Jedi and Sith can wield it.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
But there's the light side, which is the Jedi, and the dark side, which is the Sith.
Gotcha.
And then there's like a middle, which is there. That's a whole different thing.
So is the Force like the source of their powers?
Yes, everything has the Force in it.
Okay.
In Star Wars, like from like the littlest bug to the biggest like animal, like alien animal, they all have the Force in it. But like when you're a Jedi or Sith, you have more control over the Force.
Gotcha.
And it's all decided by midichlorians, but we won't get into that today.
Okay, I have not heard that term.
Yes. So, this is all being saying, like you've only seen one movie, maybe two, if your memory serves you right.
Right.
And you still know a decent about what Star Wars is.
It's a pretty popular franchise, and I have friends like you that talk about it all the time.
Yes. So it's been, when did Rise of Skywalker come out? I think it was 2021. So it's been about 4 years since that movie came out.
Really?
Yes, and no new Star Wars movies have really come out. There's been a couple shows. Do you know anything about The Mandalorian?
I know it was super duper popular, and I did not watch it.
No, that one, like at least the first season had like no Jedi or Sith in it. It was just like, besides the little Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that. Mandalorian, is that a character? Is that a place?
Yes. So, the Mandalorians, as you see right here on my shirt, it says Boba Fett. Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
Okay, so
That's what the armor is, or like it's Mandalorian armor. And it's like there's like humans in Star Wars, but Mandalorians come from Mandalore, like a planet.
Okay,
They're like a warrior people.
gotcha. Okay.
But yes, so there's that, and that was probably the biggest thing from Star Wars besides Rise of Skywalker. There's a couple other shows out there, but it hasn't really been hitting the ground lately. But there are some interesting movies and shows coming out that I wanted to just run over with you real quick and see if you would be, since a guy who'd never seen Star Wars, would be interested in them.
All right. Let me have it.
All right. So, okay, I should preface this by saying, do you know what Star Wars Visions is?
I have not heard that before, no.
Basically, Lucasfilms was like, hey, you know what anime is? You know what anime
Yes, yeah. I know what it is, yes.
Yeah. They said, hey, we're going to get all these different anime studios, and they're going to make each an anthology story. Anthology, for you, those who don't know, is in a show, every episode or every season is a different thing. So one episode, let's say there's an episode of like space. One episode might be about Pluto, and the next being about like asteroids and stuff. But they don't mention Pluto or asteroids again.
The story doesn't follow from one episode to the next.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And then in a lot of cases, the same characters in a show or in an episode will not be in the next episode at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're be completely separate. Like same universe usually, but completely separate like stories and stuff. But Star Wars Visions is an anthology series. They took a bunch of anime studios and said, "Hey, make us an episode in your anime style, animation style." So every episode is a different animation style. Some are like of all these different studios, and season 3 is coming out 2 days before your birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes, October 29th, 2025. So that'll be the next thing. Would you say you'd be interested in watching that?
It's an interesting concept. I'll say that much. It definitely feels like something where if it was just like on the TV when I was scrolling by, I'd stop and watch it. It's a different animation studio for each episode.
Yeah.
That there can be a lot of variance.
Mm-hmm. And that I think that's what makes it so cool. And it's like different stories as well. It's like no two stories are the same.
So are these studios in charge of the creative direction of their episode, or
I'm pretty sure Lucasfilms, that's who runs Star Wars. They have the final say of like, hey, can you change this or that? But they're given pretty much almost complete creative freedom.
Gotcha.
On the episodes, which I think is very cool.
It is very interesting.
I think it's for canon reasons why they have to like look over and be like, hey,
right,
that's canon or not. You know what canon is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. For those who don't know what canon is, it's basically whatever is canon is what is in the story, and what will stay in the story, and whatever isn't canon is what won't stay in the story. So if you have an episode of a character dying, but somebody says that's not canon, or a creator said that the person dying is not canon, that person is still alive in the story. But if it is canon that they have died in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, next one, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Is this a continuation of the original Mandalorian?
This is a movie though instead of a show.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So that releases May 22nd, 2026.
Gotcha. So some time yet.
Mm-hmm. I liked the show because it brought back my boy Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending of the last season, didn't really care for that much.
Sad.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna guess is that a yes or a no for you? And I'm gonna say on the show as well. Let's go with the show first. Are you interested in seeing the show?
That would be a show I for sure am interested in,
Mm-hmm.
just because being on social media, you see so many people talking about it. It's like, I could probably get into that. Does the show inform what happens in the movie?
I think it's essentially supposed to be season 4.
Okay.
But a movie. It's like a short.
So it would be important to watch the first 3 seasons, you're saying?
Yes.
No, The Mandalorian is definitely something I thought about watching, but I'm a terrible TV show watcher.
Yeah, I will say the second and third season, I wouldn't say this for, but the first season is definitely a season and a show where you do not have to know a lick of Star Wars to watch it. Like, there's cool, like, Easter eggs and stuff like that, but they
Right.
explain everything pretty well.
Gotcha.
But I'd say the second and third season, like, especially the end of the second season, you need to know all the characters. Actually, no, because Boba Fett comes back, so you need to know a little bit about Star Wars. Spoiler for that, by the way.
Overall, yes, I would definitely give that TV show a watch. I would. And the movie.
Sweet. Now, next one. Maul Shadow Lord. This is a TV series. It doesn't have a confirmed date yet, but it's 2026 is the year.
Okay.
Yes or no on this one?
Maul is in Darth Maul?
Darth Maul, yes.
I don't really know too much about the character to be interested right away.
And you've never seen the Clone Wars. So
No, I have not.
I would say in that show, he is the best character in the show.
Okay.
Bar none. Like, you can make an argument for Obi-Wan being the best over him, but Maul is just amazing.
So, is the Clone Wars like a part of like all the Star Wars movies, or is it like separate?
You know how there's episodes 1, 2, and 3, which are the second trilogy to come out. So the original trilogy is 4, 5, and 6. The prequel trilogy, which came out in the early 2000s, is 1, 2, and 3, and the sequel trilogy, which came out a few years ago, is 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
The Clone Wars takes place between episode 2 and 3.
Okay.
So, I think it's like right before, like the end of episode, or the end of the Clone Wars is happens at the exact same time as episode 3.
Okay. Interesting. How many seasons that are there?
There's like 8, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really good, and it's a pseudo anthology. I mean, like they're like, it follows the same characters and stuff, but every episode they're dealing with it's more of a classic TV show.
Okay.
It's like there's story beats in there and things get referenced, but for the most part, everything's a different story in the show, but it's the same characters.
So what is the purpose of the show? Is it just for fun?
Just for fun, to flesh out the universe a little more. It does wonders for Darth Maul and the Mandalorians too. For like Anakin more.
Okay.
Yeah. It just fleshes everything out. Ahsoka that's the show that created Ahsoka. You know who Ahsoka is. She's an amazing character as well.
Okay.
People love Ahsoka. I got to talk to her at Disneyland, and I got to talk to Boba Fett. Yeah. So, Maul Shadow Lord.
Do we know what the premise of the movie is?
Oh, this is a series. By
Series?
the way. Yes. Okay. I don't think so, but I will say, in Star Wars, technically, you see the end of Darth Maul's story. So this series would have to be in the middle of his story.
Okay.
So you'd probably be, because he was a crime boss at one point, and it'd probably be like something like that.
Gotcha. I'm going to give it a solid thumb sideways.
Thumb sideways? Fair enough.
I don't want to say no because I Star Wars interests me. Like, the idea of this universe of supernatural beings is cool. I'm so far behind.
Yeah, no, I know. We gotta get you on. We gotta get you on watching them, at least more movies. All right, this one I'm probably the most excited for. I'll preface you by that because I'm literally in this movie. It's Star Wars Starfighter, with Ryan Gosling as the main character.
Okay.
This comes out May 28th, 2027.
Gotcha.
And all I know about this movie right now is that it's like Drive, but in Star Wars.
What is Drive?
Oh, you've never seen Drive? Have you seen, how many Ryan Gosling movies have you seen?
Gosh,
Have you seen Barbie?
No.
You see
Barbenheimer was one of the worst times of my life.
Oh, wait, really?
I didn't give a rat's ass about either of those movies, and that's all everybody talked
wait,
about.
wait, do you ever see either of them? Then?
No.
No? Austin.
Probably just made some people mad there, but
nah, I liked both of them. I would say Oppenheimer was the superior one, but Blade Runner 2099 or 2049.
Nope.
No. La La Land.
I don't even know if I've heard of that one.
Dude.
At least I've heard of.
You've heard of The Notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
Anyways, Ryan Gosling's probably my favorite actor. So
Yeah.
yeah. Like besides the meme, the meme and stuff. Like he's literally mean. Yeah, that's all I know about that movie is that it's like Drive. Basically, in the movie, he drives.
Okay.
He literally says, "I drive."
I drive.
And then yeah, and then when he was like announcing this movie, he goes, like I think he went, "I fly" or something like that.
Of course, naturally.
So
what's the title of this one again?
Star Wars Starfighter.
Star Wars Starfighter. I'm fair to assume there's plenty of aerial combat.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna guess so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an opinion on Ryan Gosling one way or the other, so it's not enough to sell it for me.
I thought you would. That's what I was saying.
It's a very unfortunate outcome. I'll go thumb sideways.
No thumbs down so far. So I'm happy. All right. And then our last one, I do believe this one will interest you.
Sorry, just to follow up. Mm-hmm. Is it because of Ryan Gosling why you're most excited?
Yeah.
For that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've never seen a bad Ryan Gosling movie though. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like excited for it.
Yeah.
Even Barbie. He was the best part of Barbie. And
I did see a lot of people say that.
Like, I mean, Barbie was good. But like, he was just like, he stole the show.
Yeah.
In a Barbie movie. Like, there's the part where he goes, "Sublime!" And I still quote that again. So.
Well, now I know if I ever hear you say it.
Yeah. Sublime! All right. So, lastly up. There's more, but these are just the ones that are coming out recently, or like the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
A Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. Yeah, I saw your eyes. I saw your eyes go up there. Don't know what this is about. Don't know when it's coming out. But it's a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie.
Okay. What does that mean?
You know Taika Waititi.
No, I don't.
Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder.
Ooh.
He directed those.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh. I thought you would know.
I thought that was like a Star Wars something or another. No, I don't know who the hell that is.
Okay.
I like the Thor movies, though. They're great.
Okay. Well, if you like those movies, does that interest you more in this?
So he directed Ragnarok and Love and Thunder?
Yes.
Okay, well, Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel movies, and Love and Thunder, I laughed the whole first time I watched it, so I'm going to go thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm in.
Perfect.
Perhaps the movie I know least about.
That's the movie I know least about either, but I'm glad it's a thumbs up from you.
I'm in. At this point, I have to be.
Yeah. It's the fact you're like eyes wide. I'm like, he's excited about it. You're like, what is this?
Yeah. I thought this was going to be like some species in the fucking galaxy of Star Wars.
Remember Korg from the movies?
Yes, I do.
He does the voice of Korg as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. So he's a Kiwi. He's a Kiwi. I did not do a great voice there. All right. But yeah, those are the Star Wars projects coming up. And I think it was It was 3 thumbs up and 2 thumbs sideways, so no thumbs down.
It's a good hit rate.
Yes, it's just no thumbs down. It's great.
Hell yeah.
But I have one more question for you.
What is that, Mr. Caleb?
When we played Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even mention when you asked me about my Star Wars experience.
Yes. You played Star Wars Battlefront 2. Who did you main for your heroes and villains?
Man, we had this conversation like a couple weeks ago, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what my answers were. I feel like for on the Sith side, I feel like I was Kylo Ren a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I think I remember that as well.
As far as the Jedis, who?
It's not just Jedis. There's also Han, Chewie, Leia,
Okay.
Finn, and Lando.
I don't think I was any of those.
Oh, were you Luke?
I might have been just Luke Skywalker.
Okay. That would make sense.
I remember I feel like it was Luke Skywalker. I don't know, because I feel like usually when I get into those games that I've just like never played before, especially a game like Battlefront 2, what type of game is that?
It's like a Battlefield game.
Yes, because there is like Conquest, I think, is one of the game modes. Yeah. I don't know. Just I tend to gravitate. I'm assuming Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren are probably some of the easier characters to play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why I played those ones all the time.
Okay. I couldn't remember what you played again, so I wanted to ask that because I did a Still Star Wars episode. And for you out there, by the time I ended my Star Wars Battlefront 2 career, I think I was 182 level on Boba Fett. So I would only play Boba Fett. And so I stole my Boba Fett. I would just not pick a hero. And I jumped around a lot, but I think my ending character on the heroes was Han Solo. So I didn't like any of the Jedis, really.
It's fair. I can't Kylo Ren had a really cool ability that I enjoyed using.
Froze people.
Yeah. Because then I could freeze them and beat the shit.
Stand there while I beat you.
Hey, I gotta get my kills in somehow.
I think that wraps up my Star Wars segment, Austin.
Heck yeah, dude.
Where are we headed to now?
Where are we heading to now? We're gonna head to the correct page of my notebook. And we're gonna talk about college football.
No baseball.
No baseball. Sad. So this is 2 episodes ago now, but do you remember our conversation about like the history of college football's postseason?
Yes, I do.
And how it was just like the most chaotic thing ever.
Mm-hmm. And how like they didn't really they had like all these bowls, but not like all these rankings and stuff. And yeah,
just kind of a cluster, you know what? So I want to expand off of that because I think at the end of that topic on that episode, I think that was episode 2, I had mentioned that they were looking to expand the playoff further. As it stands right now, it is a 12-team playoff, which was met with rousing success. Yes, I'm a little biased. So it's at 12, and I believe the last thing I had mentioned about it is that so there's 12 teams and there's 4 automatic buys. So you don't have to play in the first round. And the buys were given to the 4 highest ranked conference champions. And so they get an extra week to recover and prepare. And all 4 of those teams lost.
Which is, I did not expect that to happen, but
I didn't expect it either. So they changed it to where now it's just, here's our top 12 teams, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They get the first round buys. Is it a bit of an overreaction? I think so, because we have 1 year of sample size.
It could be a fluke,
right? Like changing off of 1 year of sample size, typically in the world of sports, typically isn't a good idea. But we'll see what happens. So there are many people in the college football world that believe we're not stopping at 12. We're going to go to 16, get rid of the first round bye in general. And 16 teams means more teams, more inclusion, more games, more money. It's really just kind of like it's not an if, but a when kind of a thing. And there's been a few different suggestions for how this playoff should be set up. And the most controversial one was a plan submitted by the Big Ten. So, a quick little background here. College football throughout its history has gone through a lot of not only expansion, but what's the term? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm blanking hardcore on this term right now. But teams flipping conferences left and right. Oh my.
Shuffling around.
Man, I'm kind of upset. I can't. I hate when that happens, dude. I just get like
you just get a little brain fart.
Just a little brain fart there. Anyways, teams are moving around left and right, and essentially all the big brand names of the sport are being consolidated into the Big Ten and to the SEC. The Big Ten is known for their football and their basketball. SEC, much the same. SEC stands for the Southeastern Conference. And the Big Ten was primarily just a Midwestern conference, although recently they've snagged teams from the East Coast and the West Coast. So is
there more than 10 teams in the Big Ten now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, I think it's like the Big 16 at this stage. It might be 18. I don't remember. But when they started, it was the Big Ten, and essentially like it's just like it's a very popular brand name. You can't change the name.
I feel like you're just asking for trouble, just putting a number in your brand.
You can ask the people who made it. So essentially, all these big brand names are going to these two different conferences. And they essentially, because they're the big brand names and they make all the money, all the TV networks want to, throw money at them to broadcast their games. Essentially, these two conferences just wield an unbelievable amount of control of the future of the sport. It's kind of like whatever they say, everybody else kind of has to do. Otherwise, nobody gets money.
Corporate overlords.
Pretty much. So the Big Ten decided that we're going to throw out a playoff format. And since the Big Ten and the SEC are the two big dogs on the block, we think we deserve more bids than anybody else. So the Big Ten put out a plan, and it's as dumb as it sounds, but it's the 4+4+2+2+1 plan. Why does that add up to 13?
Hey, what are you doing with that one there?
So this plan, essentially, the numbers are for automatic qualifiers given out to each conference. These days, there are 4 big-time college football conferences: Big Ten, SEC, the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference, and the Big 12. Yes, the Big Ten and the Big 12 were formed very similarly. Although I think
Wait. I might have just lost there. The Big 12 is different from the Big 10.
Correct. There used to be a Big 8.
What? Who is naming these?
I mean, hey, it was either the Big 10 or the Small 10. Okay.
Fair enough.
So the ACC, Atlantic Coast Conference, they're on the Atlantic Ocean. The Big 12 is more Western centered. But these are the 4 big college football conferences, and then there's I got the number here. There's 6 other smaller conferences beyond those 2. So the 4+4+2+2+1. The Big Ten and the SEC each get 4 automatic bids into the college football playoff. How do you decide this? The top 4 teams in the Big Ten, the top 4 teams in the SEC, they automatically get a bid. 2+2, the ACC gets 2 automatic teams in. The Big 12 gets 2 automatic teams in.
Is that just because they're smaller? Like a tiny bit smaller?
they have a similar number of teams, but they're seen as a weaker conference overall.
Oh, kind of like AA and AAA.
Right. And they're seen weaker by the Big Ten and the SEC. This is the Big Ten trying to throw their weight around, saying, you guys aren't as good as we are. You deserve less access, less automatic bids. And then the +1 is those other 6 leagues I had talked about. The top champion from those 6 leagues, they get an automatic bid. So that's 13 spots, and then that would leave 3 at-large bids. So just the next 3 teams in line, regardless of conference.
Oh, just of all the conferences. Okay.
Yeah. So it's as I can see in your face, it's very convoluted.
It's just, why not just like, this is going to sound crazy, have like a tournament or something. For like a small tournament for the big tournament.
Right. And so that are you saying like a,
or even like just the ranking?
Right.
Like,
so this, like I said, this is the Big Ten's proposal. And I'm going to get into why they want this proposal. I had mentioned it a little bit. What pretty much everybody else wants. And so the SEC was on the Big Ten side here. And then the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey is his name, realized, like, wait, I could get a lot of fan support if I'm just like, screw the Big Ten's idea. And then, you know, because he'll look good in the end.
He's playing both sides.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, never mind, Big Ten. Sorry, your system sucks. I don't want that. What most people think is going to happen if they go to a 16-team playoff is it'll be the 5+11 model, which is the 5 highest ranked conference champions, regardless of conference. They get an automatic place in the playoff, and then it's the next 11. Why this one? Basically, conference championships are still seen as like a huge deal in college football and just college sports in general. Why? Sorry, guys. Because college sports in general used to be very regional. That's why it's the Southeast Conference, or it's the Atlantic Coast Conference, you know, or it's the Big Ten, we're the Midwest, and the Pac-12, which existed, got disbanded, and is back again. The Pac-12, the Pacific Athletic Conference, is on the West Coast.
Why did it get disbanded?
Because the Big Ten got greedy and stole their top teams. Like I said, it's all related to TV money. Basically, the Big Ten has an obligation to look out for its schools and its athletic programs, like trying to put them in the best financial situation possible. And if they expand their conference with big brand names, TV executives will give them more money to put their stuff on air. That's all it is, and it's kind of ruining college sports.
So it's kind of like a game of risk, and the Big Ten's kind of winning it all right now.
Yes and no, because the SEC is doing the same thing. The SEC are also they're not a hero in this situation by any stretch. If anything, they kind of kicked off the whole.
They're Italy in World War II. So the Big Ten's Germany, and the SEC is Italy, or are they more like Japan? Who is America in this?
Honestly, no. Hold on. I like this comparison because the SEC kind of kicked off the shit show by stealing Texas and Oklahoma from the Big 12.
So they're Germany.
In that sense, yes, but they also turned their back on the Big Ten in the latest round of this playoff expansion, which is kind of what Italy did to Germany.
Let's just say they're Germany and Japan, but they're both Italy.
They're fascist and we hate them.
Yes. That's what I like to hear.
That's not how I expected that one to go. Okay. So I've explained the
Big Ten's Germany because of our German population. We'll say that.
I'm okay with that. We'll just go with that. It's really not how I expected that to go. So yes, the Big Ten and the SEC believe they're superior. They deserve more money, more access, more automatic bids, all that good stuff. The Big Ten would back off of this proposal if the SEC changed up something that they've been doing forever. So there's all these conferences, right? Mm-hmm. Most conferences, I think 9 out of the 10, play 9 conference games in a 12-game season. So you play 9 teams against your conference rivals, and then you play 3. You can schedule whoever the hell you want. Mm-hmm. The SEC only plays 8 conference games, and they have 4 other games that they can do whatever they want with. Why is this an issue? Because the Big Ten plays 1 more conference game against a theoretically better team than the SEC does, that is 1 more loss for half of their league, which makes their record at the end of the year look worse. So that's why they want guaranteed spots in the playoff, because it's like, hey, we play a really hard schedule, and we think we need to be rewarded for this. And the SEC doesn't want to budge on this because their formula has been working forever. Why should they change? Mm-hmm. And the SEC and the Big Ten are notorious for scheduling weak out-of-conference games. So, and like, people clown on Alabama all the time. Like, you guys don't play anybody outside of the SEC. It's like it's an easy 4-0 until you play an SEC team, mm-hmm. you know. So that's kind of, you know, if the SEC is like, fine, we'll play 9 conference games, which, because I think there's like 18 teams in the SEC now.
Jeez.
So and what's starting to happen, because their conference is so big, not every team plays each other. So
because there's only so many games.
There's only so many games. So the tiebreakers at the end of the year get really complex. And it's like, dude, if you added 1 more conference game for all your teams, that like solves 90% of the issue.
So the standard, so they only play 8 games
in their conference.
Yeah. So and the standard is 9.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of crappy.
It's college football, man. It's the wild, wild west.
Also, too, like 18 teams, and the I don't know, 9 games. It's an even split.
Yes, it makes sense. It's just the thing. Here's what you need to understand about college football. If you try to make sense of it, you'll go crazy because you won't be able to make sense of it.
I'm learning that from last time we talked about it, and now like I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions, but I'm getting lost. Like
no, I want you to ask questions because it helps me sharpen my knowledge on it too. Because even I'm reading articles on this stuff, and I'm just like, why? Why? Who cares? Why would you do that? Okay, so. Another aspect of this whole thing, we've been talking about conference this, conference that. These guys, Notre Dame, are not in a conference. They are independent. They have been independent since forever.
I did not know you could be independent.
Used to be actually very, very popular for a college football team to be independent. So a quick cliff notes, because... to any Michigan fans listening, I could spend a whole episode talking about this.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Notre Dame is not like the oldest college football program, but they're pretty old. Essentially, Michigan taught Notre Dame how to play football. And this is like back in the early 1900s.
Is that why they have similar colors?
How do you mean?
Like, don't they have like similar colors like Michigan and Notre Dame?
You know, I never really thought about it like that, but maybe. So, and college football fans are very, very serious about their colors. So Michigan is maize and blue, and Notre Dame is gold and navy blue.
Like it's not the exact same, but it's like
it's different.
Like if I didn't see that. Like that's either Notre Dame or Michigan.
It's different. Ain't no maize, ain't no blue. That's gold, that's navy blue, all right?
Okay.
Know it, love it, learn it, live it. All right.
Didn't mean to offend you there.
And green sometimes.
Yeah. Because the Irish.
Yes. So Michigan taught Notre Dame how to play football. They would kick the crap out of Notre Dame because they didn't know what the hell they're doing. Notre Dame eventually got good enough to beat Michigan. Michigan was salty about this and just stopped playing Notre Dame. It was like, well, we're not going to lose to these guys. You know, that was dumb and stupid. So we're just not going to play you anymore. Oh, and our conference buddies, our Big Ten buddies, I think, was it the Big Ten at the time? It might not have been. But, like, we're going to make sure you guys can't play them either. We're not going to let you in our conference. You guys can't play those guys. And then Notre Dame was like, okay, fine. We'll just go play everybody else. So Notre Dame became known as this national football schedule, which is very, very unique at the time because everybody else is just playing in their little area of the country. And Notre Dame's going all over the place. So their brand got really, really big. It's on par with like the New York Yankees.
Yeah. Is that kind of why you like them? Because like they just play everywhere.
I mean, I like them because my father and grandfather were fans, more so than anything. But it's a very unique aspect of it. But college football history goes on. A bunch of other independent teams pop up because they want to try to copy the Notre Dame model, do the same thing, and it works to great effect until television becomes really, really popular, and people find out like, oh wow, we can make a lot of money if we put our games on television. And what a lot of these schools found out is that we simply just don't have the resources to stay independent. We can't keep funding ourselves. We need to join a conference and get guaranteed money to keep our programs afloat. Notre Dame's brand was so big, they got their own TV deal with NBC by themselves, and it's been that way ever since. So this is important because somehow, like I said, conference championships and conferences in general are huge to the fabric of college football, but Notre Dame keeps finding access. And it's
they just like that.
It's because the brand is big enough to where they can throw their weight around. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will make you money if they play in that game. And that's really, I guess this is all related to money, and TV will pay for Notre Dame to be a part of whatever they decide. And the Big Ten and the SEC know this. So there's been talk of like, okay, well, how, if there's all these automatic qualifiers, how does Notre Dame get in? Can Notre Dame get a first round bye? Is it fair for them? Because if you play in a conference championship game, you're playing one more game than Notre Dame plays. Notre Dame doesn't have to play that extra game.
So Notre Dame still plays 9 games a season, though.
No, okay. So it's a 12-game regular season.
Oh, okay.
12-game regular season. It's just that for everybody in a conference, a certain number of those games you have to play against conference members.
Oh, okay. And this is they're not in a conference, so what's the question with them?
Right. So it's like, what is their strength of schedule? Do they deserve to get a first round bye if one is available to get? How highly are they allowed to be ranked? These are all questions that have popped up over the years. There's even been talk of, if it goes to 16 teams and Notre Dame finishes the year top 12, they get an automatic spot in the playoff. Which, yes, that is something Notre Dame was like, we'll do this. You don't have to give us a bye, but you can give us a spot. So that's kind of how, that's like Notre Dame's spot in all this, is like they're like the, I don't even know what you would call them, but they're essentially like the guy that refuses to like get with the times, if you ask some people.
And there's no incentive to get with the times.
No incentive to, because they're making just as much money doing what they do as anybody else is.
I feel like it almost sounds like it would like hurt the brand more if they were trying to conference.
I think it would hurt the brand, but if the paycheck is the same or it's more, then, you know, money runs the world. But yeah, no, so Notre Dame is very unique in that aspect. And yes, that is one of the reasons I enjoy rooting for them, because recent college football history hasn't been kind to them, and their uniqueness has almost hurt them in a sense. But but things are a-changing. So that's my spiel on the college football playoff and its potential future.
I'm sure I'll continue to be more and more confused, but I'm definitely learning more. I'm definitely understanding this a little better.
That's good to hear. I hope I have some linear thoughts and I'm explaining things halfway decently, because I know, like I said, it's a complex topic.
No, it's just like all the numbers and stuff are like, you'll say them and then I'll be like, wait, like 12 or like 8, 9, 12. I'm like, then you explain it very well. So that was nice. Anything else about?
No, I think that's about it for me. Did you have something else that you wanted to talk about?
I did. This is perfect. I'll get the last 5 minutes in here for just to say, I know I already texted you about this earlier, but Battlefield 6
yes,
is looking very, very good right now.
Dude, I'm tempering my expectations.
No, I would agree with that. But the open beta comes out this weekend, so I will not be able to enjoy it. But if you do, maybe that's something you can tell me about. And then it releases October 10th. So
that'd be a good reason to stay inside this weekend. Mm-hmm. Although I might not actually get the chance to myself. We'll see.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's looking like it's going to go back to classic Battlefield, which is going to be really fun.
Right. It gives, like, somewhere between Battlefield 3 and 4, you know?
Yeah. Or, yeah. But, I would definitely temper expectations just because just AAA games in general have not been up to par with, like, the things that have come out lately.
They ain't been hitting.
Yes, exactly. Just, like, unfinished products and stuff like that. But I'm excited, like... This is the first time, like a shooter, like a first-person shooter, I've been excited for, in a while.
I would agree with that. I couldn't tell you the last first-person shooter I was even remotely interested in, just because Call of Duty's gotten so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll play Fortnite and Marvel Rivals, but those aren't first-person shooters.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
They actually, and they're both free.
They're free and they're easy to pick up for a guy like me. Mm-hmm.
Maybe just slinging the Moon Knight stuff.
Yeah, it took me so long to figure out how to actually play Moon Knight, but then once I figured it out, I was like, oh wait, this is sick.
Yeah. It worked out perfect because somebody would always play Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I'm excited for that. That'll probably be hopefully a topic around October. But yeah, that's all I have.
Just real quick about the trailer. Mm-hmm. Just some things I thought were cool. Like I really like that campaign is going to be a big part of it.
Oh yeah, because I don't think I don't think they had a campaign in the last one.
I don't think so.
I didn't buy it though.
Neither.
I have it technically, but
yeah, I don't know. I like campaigns, especially for first-person shooters. I just think it's another fun way to play the game. Mm-hmm. And when I was really into Call of Duty, I always made it a thing to where like I got to complete the campaign before I can play multiplayer.
I also think it's a great way to like if you're just starting out in like a Call of Duty or Battlefield, it's a great way to like learn how to play the game too. Learn
how to play it, learn all the different weapons that you get to use and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it looks like, you can destroy anything and everything, several different, or the classic classes that you could choose from.
I'm so excited for that because you can actually, it's like the assault, engineer, support, and recon, which are just like blow stuff up, repair stuff, ammo and medic, and then sniping, essentially. I did some of those cool though, where the recon and I think it was engineer have something cool together, where the engineer has like a laser targeted rocket, and the recon can like guide the rocket,
which is kind of sick.
So yeah, that would be kind of cool. It promotes teamwork and stuff.
Right. The vehicle gameplay looks cool. It sounds like you're going to have to really put time and effort to be good at it. But once you're good at it, it's like game changing, which I think is cool. Yeah. That's probably the way it should be.
I didn't see how many players it is a map, but if it's 128, gonna be so happy.
Yeah.
I that's my favorite part about it, is that how many people could be like in a match.
Right.
Like the 32 versus 32 is awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good, and when it comes out, we'll have to get a squad together, because it's definitely a game where it's you can solo dolo it and be fine, but it's way more fun when you got a few buddies to play with.
Yeah, and they actually dropped the price of that game as well. So it was gonna be $80. Now I'm pretty sure it's $70.
Gotcha.
So,
Nice.
yeah, I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah, I don't have any more questions. I've talked more than enough.
No, again, great job, dude. Well, I have been Caleb.
And I have been Austin.
Thank you for listening to Balls and Blasters.
Balls and Blasters, YouTube, Spotify, Balls and Blasters, Instagram as well.
Yes.
Check it out. Spread the word. Spread the word.
All right. Well, bye.
Goodbye.